please give a warm welcome to our first pro of the evening. Give it up for Mr. Brett Hunter!
Hey, Denver.
What up?
Oh man, I'm glad to be here. I actually wanted to tell you guys a story. This is a story of the first time that the last time that I smoked pot.
That's rough, man.
I haven't quit. This is a story from this morning. So I made the unfortunate mistake of leaving my weed within arm's reach of my bed. Have you guys done that? It derails your whole day the next day. Yeah. So I woke up and I did what you stoners call a wake and bake. You know what I mean? You smoke first thing in the morning. And here's what we don't talk about enough, is that smoking weed on an empty stomach is just like drinking on an empty stomach. Yeah, you wind up far more intoxicated than you ever wanted to be. Because right away I was like, oh God, I am too high. I need food. But when you're a comic on the road in Denver, all the food in your suitcase also has weed in it. So, yeah. Fast forward a couple hours, I'm watching TV, I'm watching the TV. The TV is not on. And I'm like, oh, Brett, you need actual food. You need a sandwich. And so I walked down to this deli that's by my place, and here's where shit went wrong. I thought I could handle myself in public, but the guy making sandwiches was just applying mayonnaise like we would never run out of it. Like it was the most renewable resource on the planet. Like he wasn't using a knife, he was using a fucking spatula to scoop mayo out of this jar and slap it on these buns, and I was just like, I don't know where they found this guy. They saw him laying bricks one day. And someone walked past and was like, I like your moves, man. You want to job in my deli? And I, like a third of you guys, think mayonnaise is gross. And so I walk up to him and I'm like, hey, buddy, no mayo. No mayo. And he just stopped and dropped the spatula and stepped back and looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, what the fuck? Then I looked around, it was a crowded deli, and every single person is staring at me like I'm insane. And that's when it occurs to me that that is not my sandwich. Yeah. And the reason I know that is because I hadn't ordered yet. I walked in the door 20 seconds prior, high as a kite. Then, like some insane king making new laws upon Denver, just started shouting the phrase, no mayo! For anybody from here on out. If you really like it, you can wait till The Purge. You guys seen The Purge? You have not? Oh, so The Purge is a movie about where once a year for 12 hours, murder and mayonnaise are legal. And it is complete chaos. I don't know what to tell you. I do live in New York City now, which is, yeah, it's all right. I have some weird neighbors who live below me. They're kind of shady. And by shady, if you're wondering like how shady, I'll be like, okay, they sell every single kind of drug you can think of, and lizards. Like those kind of, yeah. So as you would expect, I hang out there a lot. And I was there the other day, I was just there buying weed, and they were like, hey, we got big news. We got Xanax back on the menu. And I said what you guys would say, and I was like, you guys have a menu? Yeah, and apparently they hadn't had Xanax for a while. People were asking about it, and I was just like, they're like, would you like some? And here's the thing, as I've taken it before when I'm feeling anxious, and it's amazing, it like cures anxiety, but I'm not a real anxious person, and I don't really like to fuck around with pills because like, they're fairly dangerous, and they're kind of ruining the country right now, and I want no part of that. And I told them that, and then they said, do you want a free sample of Xanax? And I said, you're goddamn right I do. Then they pulled out like a little eyedropper and started dropping liquid onto like little squares of paper. And I had to be like, what's that? And they're like, oh, sorry, we should have told you. This is liquid Xanax. And I had to be like, what is this, fucking RoboCop 6? I didn't come here to buy dystopian future drugs. I came here to buy like an eighth of weed and maybe like a quarter of geckos, and that's it. But it was free, so I took it home, and I got back to my place, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. This is pretty sketchy. And so I just threw it into a drawer in my desk and forgot about it for like months. But I just rediscovered it recently. I pulled it back out, and I was like, you know, those guys are pretty shady. And they were pretty fucked up when they sold me this. There's a good chance this isn't liquid Xanax at all. This is LSD. This is acid. And when you're on the verge of a panic attack, like, I can't think of a higher stakes coin flip than that. It's kind of like, this will either vanquish my inner demons, or let them take the wheel for the next 6 hours. The best metaphor I can make is like, imagine you got stung by a bee and your eyes swelled shut and you couldn't tell if you're holding an EpiPen or a handful of more bees. I'll leave it at this. I have a buddy in New York who's he's a philosophy dropout, I guess. He tried to get a philosophy degree. You can still call yourself a philosopher if you drop out. Yeah, it's amazing. But he likes to have these moments of just like these profound moments where he says something he thinks is brilliant. And we're at the bar the other night, and out of nowhere he spins around his bar stool and he goes, you know something? You know something? You're not officially old. We're not officially old until you wouldn't have sex with someone who is twice your age. Yeah, I'll pause and do the math real quick, especially you. The lady shouting all the time, she's like, well, 40 times 40 is 42. I think it's a flawed theory because I'm 35, and I never thought about having a limit, but I don't see myself having sex with a 70-year-old. But when I'm 70, like, I don't see myself saying no to a 140-year-old. Thanks, guys. That was Brett Eicher.